Fans allowed on Fight Island. Since the global pandemic began putting a stop to life as we know it, there's been virtually no fans at UFC events. All of the recent cards have taken place either in the UFC Apex Center or on the famed Fight Island without any unnecessary people in the stadium. That is all going to be changing when the UFC makes its return to Abu Dhabi in about a week, with 3 massive cards in a span of 7 days culminating in Conor McGregor's return at UFC 257. Something big had to happen. So, according to Abu Dhabi's Department of Culture and Tourism, the decision has been made to allow limited fans in attendance. This will be a big deal considering how long it has been since there have been fans at the UFC event. In fact, Dana White made it clear that he didn't want to have a partial crowd, but it would be weird to have a Conor McGregor fight without any fans. Hopefully their proven safe zones will continue to work and there's no mishaps from the big change. UFC 259 gets 3 title fights. UFC 257 is not the only major UFC card to look forward to in the first quarter of 2021. UFC 259 was already top-heavy with a featherweight title bout between Amanda Nunes and Megan Anderson, as well as Israel Adesanya looking to become the next champ when he takes on light heavyweight champion Jan Blachowicz. Now this already bananas card has gotten a little bit more exciting. It was recently revealed that a 3rd title fight will be added to the UFC 259 pay-per-view, as Petr Yan hopes to defend his 135-pound strap against Aljamain Sterling. This was a fight that was expected to go down in late 2020, but got canned after a positive COVID-19 result. Now, as far as if these 3 title fights stay together by the time March 6th comes around, well, your guess is as good as mine. But you can trust that we will be making regular sacrifices to the MMA gods in hopes that we actually get this insane night of combat. UFC veteran allegedly stabs his sisters. With a 1-2 record inside the UFC octagon, you may not be too familiar with the name Irwin Rivera. However, the former Titan FC bantamweight champion has made an impression for something disturbing to say the least. Reports emerged on Thursday revealing that Irwin had been arrested by the Palm Beach County Sheriff's Office in Florida on suspicion of stabbing his 2 sisters. Later reports would paint a frankly horrific picture of the attempted murders. Apparently, while his 22 and 32-year-old sisters were asleep in bed, Irwin brutally began attacking them. They fled to a neighbor who called authorities, and police later discovered Rivera, who immediately confessed and claimed that a higher power was compelling him to commit this heinous act. A statement from the UFC condemned his actions, pointing to a fractured mental state as the cause. They also confirmed that his UFC career was on hold until the situation was concluded. What are your thoughts on this disturbing story? UFC contributed $1 million to brain trauma research. On to a more positive note, the UFC is continuing its efforts to help fund the research of head trauma and long-term brain health for athletes. Over the next 5 years, the UFC will be paying a total of $1 million to help fund the Professional Athletes Brain Health Study. This study, carried out by the Cleveland Clinic Lou Ruvo Center, has been frankly monumental in the research of the effects of CTE. This study has employed the help of nearly 1,000 athletes, including 100 current or former UFC fighters. Over the years, the UFC has contributed an incredible amount of dough towards this research, and it is good to see that this trend is continuing so that we can better understand the damages of too many concussive blows to the head. Paige VanZant set for BKFC debut. Since the surprise announcement that she was making the move to BKFC, fans have been anxiously awaiting the debut of Paige VanZant. It was revealed upon her signing that the promotion hoped to put her down for a Super Bowl weekend event, and they are doubling down on this massive announcement. In an event that has been dubbed Knucklemania, yeah, you heard that right, PVZ will be making her first gloveless appearance against 4-4-3 pro boxer Britton Hart. This event is set to go down February 5th in Lakeland, Florida, and live on pay-per-view. It should be noted that BKFC president Dave Feldman expressed that this looks to be an exciting fight as Hart is quote-unquote not the best technical boxer, which to me seems like code for this is going to be an all-out brawl. This Knucklemania event will be available for $29.95 through various pay-per-view providers. Heavyweight title rematch for April. The UFC's heavyweight division has been on hold since champ Stipe Miocic defeated Daniel Cormier in a trilogy fight back in August. Arguably the scariest man on the roster, Francis Ngannou, has been demanding his second crack at the champ, who got the better of him back in 2018. As inclined as we are to simply give the big man what he wants, former light heavyweight champ Jon Jones seemed to have the possibility of passing Francis up for the title shot. However, after months of questions, it seems that we have an answer on what direction the UFC will be headed in next. UFC boss man Dana White said in a recent interview that he is looking to book the rematch between Stipe and Francis sometime this April, likely for UFC 260. This is a massive fight with big stakes, as the winner not only leaves with a belt, but also a likely ticket to a big payday against the aforementioned Jones. Who do you see walking away with the win from this monstrous rematch?